Alright, should be live. So quickly. Yep. Alright, let's get straight into it. So, leaving off from last time, something I wanted to address is that currently the spawn zone for the cloud attack is a bit too tall. So currently it's using... I don't even know if this shows. There we go. Yeah, so... the way OBS captures this is kind of weird, but oh well. Um, yeah, it like desyncs the windows. But yeah, currently I'm working on this. Like that's the one that it's using. I think I may change it to this instead. So that's image 24. Fair enough. Works for me. Let's just hide that. Okay, Game Maker looked like it was gonna crash for a second, but we're good. Just need to double check. Yeah, so image 24. Need to go to spawner. Oh, there we go. So we just need to change this to 24. Should be good to go. We'll try that. Just gotta wait for it to compile. There we go. Okay. OBS will show the game. Yep. It's a bit loud. Is it just me? I don't know. I think I have my headphone volume a bit too high. That's it. Oh, actually, this isn't correct. Forfeit run. So now it should be using this. Yep. Which will probably be better. I don't like how the water droplets currently just pop out. It doesn't really look like rain. Hmm. So I guess I could have it so that it like starts small and then like gets bigger over time. I think that'd be the best bet. So do I currently have any script for the droplets? Okay. So that means there is currently no script for the droplets, so in that case, let's create one. We'll do image x scale plus some 1. Yeah, let's do equals clamp image x scale plus 0.1 0 1. Let me just copy this for image y scale. Yep, that seems good. And then we just do image x scale equals 0 image x or image y scale is also 0. I mean, we can have this as like 0.1. That wouldn't be too jarring. Actually, I don't know. It depends on the order of operations. I may just keep it at 0 to be safe. Alright. Okay. Now that I think about it, my Spotify overlay is a little too big. Reduce that just a bit. Alright. Yeah, that looks a little strange, but yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know about that. I almost feel like it comes in a bit too quickly to look natural. Maybe it's just a bit too close to the... Like, it's a bit too far past the bottom of the cloud to look natural. Although this actually does kind of depend on another thing I need to quickly fix if I haven't already. Ah. So this is another problem. We currently don't multiply this by the x scale. So that can cause rain to spawn outside of the range of the cloud. Or minus 10. Actually do random range 5, 15. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So that's like a somewhat randomized spawn location as well. Oh, Spotify, please update. Okay. Yeah, I still think it's a little bit jarring, but it's not as bad. Wow, that was really unlucky. Hmm. I think maybe I should have I should like reduce the width that it can spawn in. Like it still looks a little strange sometimes. Alright. So we could do like divided by 2.2, I reckon. So that just keeps it a little bit more within the boundaries of the cloud. We can make them grow a bit slower. Just a little bit. We can increase growth of these. I guess minus 20 would make sense. See if this is any better. And it still feels like the very like it doesn't quite feel like they come from the cloud. Still, it's kind of weird. Hmm. kind of like the idea of maybe having the gray clouds only spawn a little bit farther up. That could be a nice adjustment. So I might take away an additional 100 from that. Then does this. Yeah. So yeah, they're a little bit further up now. Hello, Anajinx. Good to see you. Good to see that you survived the drunk ultra kill stream. That was quite something. It was an experience for sure, yeah. So yeah, currently hangover was the hard part. That's understandable. Hopefully you had a lot of water and things went okay. Yeah. Currently thinking I may need to make these slightly bigger. Definitely not going to use Ultra Kill for another drinking challenge stream anytime soon. What's the split design? So basically, I may be able to show it in a second. Currently, I just need to like change something. Oh. But it's basically a cloud attack. Currently, I'm just trying to make the clouds a bit bigger. Yeah, I can show it now. Yeah, so essentially, what this attack is that some clouds will like come in from the sides. The ones at the top have rain, and the ones like closer to the middle and like the bottom don't, but they still hurt you just on contact. So yeah, I can show that here. Yeah. Do the clouds have angry eyebrows? Maybe they could. That'd be funny. Currently, this isn't like an actual sprite either. Like, I kind of just put a few circles together and called it a cloud. Very much programmer art. Yeah, I kind of like the clouds being a bit bigger. pretty cool. Cloud puffs kind of make an angry face. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could just make it like some of them, like the big clouds. Yeah, same. I think, especially because I wanted to have some like variance in the size of the clouds. I feel like this allows for a bit more of that. Before they were like kind of tiny. Like how they move different speeds? Yeah. Like I tried to have it so that they move like a bit faster depending on how big they are. Currently it still doesn't quite look right though, just because I think in order to have like depth, I should make it so that the clouds sort of like what position they're drawn at should be relative to their size so that it looks like the bigger ones are a bit closer. I reckon. That's probably next course of action. I forgot what the default depth for a bullet is. Okay, it's -1. So I could probably have it so that it's like -1. And I guess a bigger size would have to be more like further negative. Yeah, okay. Oop. Just copy that over here. Yeah, depth perception, exactly. I'll have to see how it looks. Hopefully it'll be a lot better than it was before. This attack does kind of have the problem where it's... Oh, okay, the game crashed. I know why though. So it's because I didn't change this to be the correct size variable. There we go. Alright, now we can give it another try. I feel like that actually is a little bit better looking. Ooh. Like it? Yeah. It's pretty cool. So I think in that case, the programming aspect of this attack is probably good to go. I think this is actually fine. I just need to make the cloud sprites look a little bit better. Also still thinking I may need to change the water droplets to be less of just a circle. Could be fun to make them more like, you know, rain shaped. Like more of a teardrop shape. Yeah. In that case, I will open up a sprite. I can actually start working on sprite work. I do need to get... I just do that. So yeah, they're kind of a weird size right now. It's 384 by 192. Okay. 84, 192. Okay. I'm also gonna have to reduce. I'm gonna have to reduce it by 4 on both sides. So there's space to have an outline later. Now I need to make this a little bit more actually cloud shaped. That's already a pretty good start. Just kind of fill this in. I honestly don't know much about sprite design. Just really enjoy my voice and seeing how I do stuff. Never could have thought of. Thanks for that. I'm glad to hear that. Just find it fascinating? Yeah, that's good to hear though. Um, yeah, need to make this look a bit less flat, I guess. Guess I should. I don't want them to look too round. Hmm. Actually, that looks pretty cool. I need to like manually take some chunks out. Like that. Looks fine. Oh. Still do want it to look a bit more, I guess, wavy. I like taking the little chunks out of it like that. Looks a little bit better when I do that. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty cloud-like. It's cloudy, yeah. That's how you draw a cloud? Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Thinking maybe I should bridge these two. Hmm. Whoa. That's definitely the wrong brush. Wondering if that's a bit like too. Looks a bit too straight. Also, Spotify still isn't updating. Ugh. Still think there needs to be a little bit more towards the bottom, maybe? Hmm. I think that looks somewhat cloud-like. I think maybe it'd be bigger to have, or better to have the cuts a little bit bigger, maybe? Like maybe more like that? Yeah, that's good. Hmm. Some should be wispier and some more blocky. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Kind of just trying to like feel it out. I don't even have like a reference image or anything. So I think this kind of makes sense. Could also be really wrong. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fair suggestion. Now the really tough part here is gonna be the shading. It's like obviously having this like pretty flat shaded isn't really the best. We're gonna need to do something like this. We could just kind of do that maybe. Like maybe make this a bit more round. Hmm. Hmm. Guess this kind of makes sense. Need this to be a little rounder. Eh, inner shading stuff at all. Yeah, that's okay. Me neither, to be honest. I kind of just fake it till I make it. Hmm. I don't know about this one. Could try like moving it around. I guess that looks fine. Hmm. If we had it kind of like this, maybe it'd look fine. Think it looks like cloud now. Yeah, cloud-like. Hopefully. Still think it's a little strange. I think that's mostly because I haven't done like the entire thing yet. Hmm. I think I should have sections where it kind of fades out the line like that. It's pretty cool. It looked like a cloud I drew before, and now it looks like one on a drawing that people would actually be proud of. A drawing on the fridge or in a frame. Yeah, I gotcha. Sort of wondering, should I just have something more like this? Like, would it be possible to just shade in this entire area? It looks a little bit strange. Hmm. I think instead, just need to make the other side of this look more like a cloud. Or whatever that means. Yeah, the filled in looked a bit odd. Sure. Spotify? Some reason capturing Spotify through OBS has some like issues. I wasn't updating the title. Oop. I think maybe I should have these meshing together a little bit rather than trying to keep them entirely separate. Still don't really like that. I think this is better. Cloud butt. Yeah, it's a little bit cloud butt. we can I can deal with that later though. I don't know. You like it? Yeah, it's a little bit cloud ass, but hmm. People find things like they do with real clouds. Yeah. That's actually a good idea. I could like maybe for some of the other clouds I could hide some stuff in it on purpose. Hmm. Not really liking this part. Still not quite sure I like this either. Can have like a little bit of it. Just there. Hmm. Yeah, it kind of works. I'm trying to figure out how this cloud sort of manifests. Hmm. This sort of like area here doesn't quite make sense. Hmm. Could try blocking it out. Eh. Nah. Still kind of looks weird. I think maybe I should take a more simple approach. Like, what if I just removed like that, that? feel like less is more here. Hmm. Just remove a lot of these unnecessary. Yeah, I kind of like that as well. We can just focus on shading like the bottom of the cloud. Like that. Hmm. Yeah, the edges just for a little bit of depth. But not going like too overkill on them. I'm gonna actually like modify this side of the cloud. I think it looks a bit strange as is. It's like not really as round as you would kind of expect. Let's fix that. I think it definitely looks better. We'll we'll sort of see how that works out. Not quite sure about this. I think I need to turn this down a little bit. It's not too jarring. It's pretty good. Or maybe a little bit further down. It's kind of cool. Just do this. Make it a bit more gradual. Even do a little bit of that. Yeah. Not sure how I feel about that. Add a little bit like this. Apparently missed a section there. This be a bit more rounded. I think that's pretty good. Hmm. Just cut this off a bit. Hmm. I feel like the gray checkered background makes it a bit harder to imagine what the edges would look like. Yeah, that's understandable. It's kind of a bad habit of mine to continue editing, like, without having a proper background. So it'd kind of be like that. It's like, I guess that's not bad. I still think this right bit looks a bit strange still. What if we just take that away? Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. You're on iOS, so it could be screen size. Hmm. I feel like what you typically see with more cartoony clouds is that they have, you know, big mass towards like the top middle, and then it like thins out towards here. So I'd like to maybe have a bit of that. But maybe not quite that stock. Mm-hmm. Thinner edges that are less solid, yeah. Hmm. I feel like maybe I've shot myself in the foot a bit here by having that a bit too far over. Maybe we do that, and then we can expand this just a bit more. Then we trim some off here. That looks a lot more natural, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. Then we'd sort of have like a this situation. Yeah, I think this is quite good. Maybe take a bigger chunk out of this. Like a little bit out of that. Yeah, I think I can live with this for now. Sort of. Yeah. So then we just need a proper outline. It's really good cloud, thank you. I mean, it's probably hella inaccurate since I didn't use an actual reference, but couldn't be bothered. So now I just need to add a little bit. God. Oh, wrong layer. Doesn't have to be accurate, it just has to feel accurate when you look at it. Yeah. Although there are some people out there who will absolutely tell and, you know, scrutinize it, but oh well. Such is life. You have to give this kind of a thick outline for the sake of having everything look like okay when scaled. I almost feel like there should be a little bit more if I do this. I almost feel like there should be a little bit more like to the front. I don't know. Looks a bit flat at the bottom, but I like that with pixel art for anything other than critiquing to improve their own art. The root and dirt count. Yeah. You know, I kind of like getting like any feedback really, but definitely depends on the tonality as well. Like obviously you can't just go up to people and be rude about it. Yeah, the intent definitely matters. Oh, this is kind of a weird sprite height at 137, but oh well. Um, so I'm just saving this quickly. I think that's good. Give critiques on photorealism in pixel art is pretty far removed from the point. Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. I'm also just mean if it's just straight up, like, completely inaccurate. Like, in a way where it's like, that is not how a cloud works at all. Like, I don't know. So, hang on. Back in Game Maker. Oh, wrong. Okay, apparently Game Maker just doesn't want to load this. Or OBS doesn't want to load this. But it is here. Even if it weren't... Let me show it. It's odd. You'll see it in game. How does one draw an unrealistic cloud that is still recognizable? That's fair. I guess kind of like if the shading is completely off. Like if the lighting of it wouldn't make any sense. Because, like, typically when you think about lighting, you think about it as, like, it comes from, like, a direction. So if the directions don't line up, then it looks kind of strange. But anyway. Okay, it looks slightly odd, especially on, like, the gray clouds. Okay, I have an idea, though. What if we sort of just increase, like, just how bright the outline is? So we do something maybe not that drastic, but I need it to be a bit more contrasty, but gray clouds have a different vibe. Yeah. Have it be a bit more blue. Just kind of messing around with this. I almost feel like I could have this be sort of lighter to begin with, and then have like a darker tone. Just sort of like in the middle. So like if I did additional shading. Although that's probably slightly overkill. Yeah, I'm not really quite sure how I would do this. Yeah, that looks kind of strange. I'll try and stick with this. Like the blue? Yeah, so that is something I probably should have done to begin with as well. Just because cold shadows are always pretty nice. Especially when you're thinking about clouds, where normally the sky is like pretty blue. Cold shadows definitely look slightly better. Bit too gray. This is kind of tough. Maybe if I like edit it here, be a bit better. I don't know. I'm gonna hide A sprite again. Quickly reload this. It looks pretty much the same actually, but I mean, whatever. We can mess with it later. So I think I could make it a bit of a less drastic gray color. That might look a lot better. If I go here, currently it just uses a built-in light gray. If I look at this, So I'm kind of curious what the color code is on this. Okay, I've got a new color we could try. So we can instead make color RGB. Let's do kind of like that. See how this looks. Okay. See if this is any better. Okay, so that kind of isn't dark enough, I feel like. Bit hard to balance. Let's try making it a little darker again. What if we just made this like 200? And I guess it's kinda... I mean, somehow it does look better than when I didn't have the blue. It's like, that's... I could live with that. Hmm. I think maybe it'd be nice to have them vary in darkness a bit more. That might make it a bit more unique. So, that should be relatively easy to implement. Because I can just, like, randomize a color. We can just do, like, a random 50. And then we just do sort of like this. Actually, I can do that instead. There we go. Okay, that seems to not vary enough. Like, you can still see some difference, but it's not major. Yeah, we're only a little bit different, so it's okay. I can fix that. So if I go all the way here, so we could increase the upper limit. We could even do like minus 100. Alright. There's a bit more variation. I almost feel like they just need to be like darker, if anything. They need the possibility of being darker. Or I could even make it so that the darkness depends on the depth. That could be kind of cool. So like the ones that are closer to the background are darker, which sort of has, you know, a similar depth perception effect. Yeah, exactly. Darker further back. Could be nice. So I could do like this. Take this, make it a little bit less random, but then multiply it by size. Yeah. I guess we'd want to do size times a certain amount. Size times 3. I mean, at that point we may as well just do that. Because math. Let's see if that's any better. Oh, I realize. There we go. Oh, I kind of did the opposite. The ones that are closer are darker. Whoops. Hang on. Okay. Easy fix. So I guess we'd sort of divide it by the size instead. Yeah. Then we do sort of like this. We have to reduce it a bit. We all do things backwards sometimes. Oh. Hmm. So it's still a bit too random, though. So I guess just take away some of the randomness. Yeah, it's definitely a bit mixed. Okay. Also, this playlist is done, so whatever. Metal Gear Rising, why not? Um, okay. So I know what to do. We just remove a lot of the randomness. So in that case, sort of do maybe just like 20 even. Like 100 plus random 20. Like that. Although I guess this kind of has the issue where now that I've taken the randomness out, it's not gonna have like the correct range. Yeah. So now it looks kind of too dark a lot of the time. We're sort of getting there though. Yeah, so dark and spooky, exactly. Emo clouds. Yes. Um. Um. I'm really trying to. Math is difficult. Uh. Okay. I need to like think about this. So it'd probably be best to have them. I'm gonna have to like draw this out. I'm gonna draw this out so that I can wrap my head around this. So like the current range is like from whoa is from like 0.6 to 1 for the size. It's too small for you to read. That's fair enough. It's like 0.6 to 1. So then we'd want the bigger ones to be the brightest. So 1 needs to be approximately 200. And these need to be like approximately 100. So then how would I make like an equation for this? So we could do like 100 plus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100 points spread across 0.4 shades. So you do like 100 plus. Do like the size minus 0.6 times 100. Something like that. Of course, with like proper brackets and everything. Okay, so go back here. So yeah, we do like 100 plus size minus this times 100. Put this in another set of brackets. But then I guess that means that at the maximum you'd have 0.4 there. So then I guess So 0.4 is like 40%. So this would need to be like 250. Because I believe 40% of 250 should be 100. I think that works. Math. Okay. That's looking a bit more like it. There's still maybe not enough variance, but I think that's fine. Just sort of having a good look at it. I don't like how it's like, despite the fact that they're randomized, it keeps putting a lot on like very similar levels. Like this time it wasn't too bad, but sometimes it puts a lot of them like all in the same place. Which there is also a fix I can implement for that, but that's gonna be a lot of work, honestly. Like here it's not too bad. Yeah, it usually looks good. But then other times it sort of has... Like sometimes it'll just put so many of them in like the same spot. Like sort of, it clustered them up a bit here. Ooh. Don't think it's bad? Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting problem. Yeah. Computers aren't great at RNG. Yeah, that's true. Since most randomizers just, you know, they just use math. They can't actually be random and all that. Um... So I guess... There is a way for me to... I want to make the... Make effect out randomized algorithms. They use elements like human mouse movements and such. Yeah. Yeah. I think that might actually be how the RNG for this game works, like, typically. I forget where I even randomized the RNG, but might honestly be in, like, the GUI. And maybe not there. Maybe, like... I don't know. But it does randomize it somewhere. But anyway. I do have an idea of what I could do. So... I'd basically add a couple more values to here. Just really put this like that. And so basically what it'd do is that it would replace these with like the previous positions of the clouds. And then it would just check the last two clouds and get like a distance check on like how far away from each y value is it, sorta. A little bit hard to explain, but I don't know. Makes a bit more sense in context. So essentially, you would get... So you'd make a temporary y variable. And then you'd kind of put this in a while loop. While y. Although it's a bit hard to get the distance from like a value. Trying to think, does GameMaker have a command for that? Okay, better idea. var randomize y is true. Then we do that. That. Then here you'd randomize y. Then you do if y minus, then you'd get the value from the list. So it would be at position 2, I believe. It would check position 2. But then I need to get like a... Clouds are moving, so it'd be a little weird for a value to use. Because that goes into limits, I think, for calculating the distance of an approximate point in time. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna see how this looks, is the thing. Like, I'll see if it looks any better doing it this way. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it's potentially worth it. Distance equals... So try to get them to be like maybe like 60 away from each other. Believe in the program. My fingers. Yeah. We'll see. Your faith might be misplaced, but we will see. Then I even need to get like a difference variable. And we'd... Beat Ultra Kill, it can happen. Yeah, fair enough. We do difference equals... Yeah, thank you. We do y minus that. And then we'd basically just convert this to a positive. So difference times equals sine difference. I don't know if there's actually like a built-in script that can convert a number to a positive, but this is what I do. Difference is greater than distance. Now we need another variable. So we'd set I to I guess we could set I just in here. We do I equals 2. Repeat this. Do randomize y equals false. And then we'd have it so that if it's less than or equal to distance, then we flip this to true so that it'll run the randomizer again. So check variable 2. Currently not re-randomize. And then check that to start. And then we do I++. Curious how this will look. So if it works, it should make it so that clouds don't spawn as like close together on like the y-axis. Should see a little bit more variance. Oh, and one last thing I guess I'll do, just to make sure that it doesn't cause a forever while loop. Every time that this runs, it will decrease the distance required by 2. So yeah, essentially what it does is it checks the previous 2 clouds and tries to randomize a position that is 60 pixels away from both of those previous clouds. Yeah, so it'll check both of them, try and get a Y position that is 60 different from both. And it'll just run that, and it'll like decrease the required distance just to make sure that it doesn't run forever. And that should make it so that they are a bit more sparse, I suppose. So randomize position, find difference, difference. Yeah, I think that works. Then of course that should just go here. Yep. It is not distant enough to re-randomize. Yep. We could even just add a break command here to be sure. Okay. This is going to be slightly dangerous though. While loops, if they kind of go forever, they end up badly crashing the game. So let's hope that doesn't happen, because if that happens, it may just crash my stream. Oh. Okay. So the game crashed. Thankfully not a nasty crash, but still a crash. Oh, I'm stupid. Right, easy fix. Made some forever loops before, just intentionally on baby scripts to press a key and stuff in your computer. If you zone out, don't show away on my work computer, but they don't play nice in applications. Yeah. No, it wasn't a missed bracket. I had an underscore on the wrong side of my variable, so the variable just didn't exist. There we go. Yeah, so the clouds, might be a bit placebo, but they're a bit more spread out on the y-axis now, which is pretty cool. Or at least for the gray clouds. Yeah, they're more staggered. Like that? Yeah. That's sort of what I was going for. Like, trying to make them a bit more spread out on the y-axis so that they don't just group up. And it seems it still happens sometimes. Which that could just be... Like, not calling enough, I guess? Like, maybe not running the randomizer enough times, but... Some of it also could be just due to the speeds. Oh, hang on. I know what I did wrong. So actually, it's not even currently doing anything. It's pure placebo. I realized what I did wrong. So after that, I'm supposed to replace the variables. So then extravos 3 is supposed to become extravos 2. It's supposed to push it to the list. Placebo hits hard? It does. That's crazy. I actually gaslit myself. Okay, and then we set this to equal y. So yeah, that should now actually work. Alright. Hopefully this will actually work. Yeah, so I think now it's actually working. Yeah, this is already looking quite a lot better. Can't tell now. You have doubt. I mean, I can kind of understand after the accidental gaslight. Whoops. We do just a little bit of tomfoolery. Ooh. Yeah, I do think they're spawning a bit more sparsely now. I am living very dangerously. Ooh. I think it's working. You know, if it's good enough to convince me that it's working, then we take those. Cool. Speed definitely throws off perception. Depends what you mean by that. Not quite sure. Oh, right, like... I think I got what you mean now. Like, since the speeds are random, it can be hard to tell, like, the spawn order. It's kind of deceptive. Yeah. I think it still has worked, though. I feel like they are a bit less sparse, or a bit more sparse than before. Which is sort of the intent. That's cool. Still think this attack might be a bit too difficult, but for now I think I'm okay with this. A bit hard to tell because I am occasionally looking over at chat. I just realized something kind of interesting. The rain actually moves at the start of that attack. Interesting. I know why. Sorry for distracting. No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, if I didn't want chat to be here, I wouldn't be streaming it, so... No, that's totally fine. Um... So where am I actually... Where am I actually increasing the speed of these? I'm like struggling to read my earn code. Oh, it's here, right. Okay, if it is a cloud, we do this. When this game is done, you'll definitely play it on stream and lose a lot. That'd be cool, but you know, you don't have to. Yeah. I don't know. I almost feel like, to a degree, I kind of like the rain moving a bit. Hmm. I could try that. Let's try making the rain move with the cloud. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. Basically just go here. Then it'd also give its X speed. This might look a bit strange to begin with. We can adjust it. It's definitely... Okay, that's... Okay, this is a bit over difficult. Oh god. Oh, that is... Yep. The rain staying circle shaped. So it's, yeah, it's kind of a placeholder because I just had it lying around from a different attack. But I probably should change it. So essentially it's left over from this. So this is a different attack called Whirlpool. Yeah, looks like this. Yeah, I just had the water droplets left over from here and decided, sure. That's cool, thanks. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm maybe not gonna do the bullet speed thing. Actually, I could do it slightly. I have an idea. So instead we just do the sine of this. What sine does is it basically just converts it to either -1 or 1. Either, like, depending on whether it's negative or positive. So that should make it so that it goes in, like, the general direction, but doesn't have as much variance, which was kind of the issue. So this is a little bit slower, but more manageable. Rain moving the direction of the clouds from the wind is cool, but definitely up the difficulty. Yeah. So let's try multiplying that by like 2. I think is a good call. Oh. Could even do like 2.5. Yeah, hopefully 2.5 will be reasonable. Seems fine, actually. I do kind of like the slight tilt. It's interesting. Yeah, definitely. It's nice to have a little bit of the movement being kept. I think this is pretty cool. Doesn't feel overly difficult either. I almost feel like my only gripe with this attack now is I want the white clouds to be a little bigger, and I could just make them spawn slightly less often. So yeah, I feel like size here should be like 6 to 8. Maybe more like 5 to 8. More so I want some variance. Although now I'm also realizing the white clouds have a bit of a clustering problem. Hmm. Oh. I'm also noticing an issue where some of the clouds don't come in from the side, like some of them kind of just spawn in, and I know why that's happening. It is because the size, or it's not fully accounting for the size when it spawns in. So this should be half of the sprite size, but I like increased the sprite size. So it should be half of 384, which is like 192. So yeah, it should be this instead. Wait, did I just do something stupid? I did do something stupid. I was changing the wrong attack. You gotta go, you have to wake up extra early tomorrow. That's fine. I was gonna end soon anyway. It's getting... Well, I wouldn't necessarily say late, but... Yeah, I got other stuff I need to tend to, so... Yeah. Have a nice sleep, though. And, yeah, thanks for coming along. Yeah, have a great night as well. Oh, this is even... This is even still a bit... Whoa. This even hasn't even been made correct yet. That's why it was happening a lot more on them. Unlike the white clouds. Hmm. I think that's probably fine. Okay, so now we're getting some bigger white clouds, which is nice. So yeah, I kind of want to do the same thing here where it'll mess a little bit with the height to make it look a bit better. Actually, I don't think I can repeat this because... I mean, I could repeat this, but it's gonna be a bit of a big issue. Hmm. Might adjust that slightly. Make this like mod 45. Like minus 16. Yeah, I'm gonna get water. Okay, so am I okay with that just being truly random? I'll have a few more runs of this. Like, I guess it's not as bad to have the white clouds all in the same spot. Because they also have like a wider range of places they can be. Like the gray clouds are all kind of shoved to the top, where it's a bit more noticeable. So I think actually just keeping this as is kind of fine. Also, it's come to my attention that Spotify still isn't updating. Eh. Oh well. Well, for now, I think I will call that finished for the attack. I think that's good enough that I could, like, release that. Although I'll probably still make some adjustments down the line. So yeah. In that case, let's go see if there is someone I can raid. Um, let's see. No, we can go raid Fleshy. Yeah, I'm a Fleshy enjoyer. She's a VTuber, fellow VTuber. She does like art, just chatting, occasionally gaming. But right now she is doing just chatting. So let me make sure I do this correctly. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow.